Now that we understand a little bit about what quality score is and why Google has quality score, the next logical question is, what are the components of quality score? Right? If you're going to try to improve your quality score, it helps to understand what components you're going to be looking at and what components Google considers when they set the quality score. So here's a big pie chart, and relatively speaking, click-through rate, or CTR, is the most important factor in quality score. And simply, this is Google applying the wisdom of the crowds to figuring out what are the best, most relevant ads. So it's not Google that goes out there and says, okay, this is a relevant ad, this is not a relevant ad, and making judgments like these. No, instead what Google does is it says, we're going to show ads and we're going to look at how users respond. If we show an ad to a user and a lot of users click on that ad, then that probably indicates it was answering their question. It was probably a good ad result. So based on the click-through rate, Google has a signal, which is the wisdom of the crowds, telling them these are the better ads and these are the worse ads. So that's why click-through rate is such an important signal. Now, thinking about click-through rate a little bit more, click-through rate is evaluated at many levels. Google looks at the click-through rate for a keyword in combination with an ad text, a keyword in combination with a destination URL, a visible URL. And so it looks at all of these factors independently. It looks at all of them in conjunction together with each other. And so it has all these click-through rate factors that it can use to figure out what is the best, most relevant ad. So that's factor number one. Factor number two that Google looks at is the relevance of a keyword. And so this is simply asking the question, if the keyword that the user is searching for, is that present in the ad text? Or is it at least topically related? Right? I gave you the example about chocolates, but let's take a different example. Let's say flowers. If your keyword was flowers and your ad text was talking about red roses, well, even though it's not the same word, Google can still understand there's a topical correlation there that a rose is a type of flower, so it's still a pretty good relevant ad for that specific keyword. So it looks at that as the second factor. The third factor that Google looks at is the landing page. And now the landing page is something that Google considers specifically because they want to make sure that the end-to-end experience is great. So it's not just about showing a great ad that gets the user to click on it and get that click-through rate, but it's also about what happens after the user clicks on the ad and they end up on your website. Are you offering them what that user was looking for, or did you just trick them into clicking on the ad, which I'll talk about later, how you could do that and how that would provide a horrible experience. So Google looks at the landing page as well, and we'll go into more detail about what those factors are coming up.